Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nadia. I am the owner of Click Pop Studio, and we are a colorfully loud creative agency for bold brands. And today is another behind the scenes day, sparkling water in a can edition, specifically e-commerce product photography. Now I'm going to walk you guys throughout my entire process as per usual. And then I'm going to go into detail about how I execute all of my e-commerce product photography. Now this is going to be a really fun shoot. I hope you guys love it because this took me a minute. Photographing shiny things is not easy to do, and I did my best, and I hope you guys are going to learn something from it. So I'm excited to get started. Be sure to stay tuned toward the end of this video because that's when I'm going to share with you guys how I plan out all of my photo shoots. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And yeah, y'all already know what it is. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so we're going to kickstart this series by focusing on e-com product photography. Now, I really want to explain what that is just before we get started. E-com product photography is simply just your product standing or laying on either a white or solid colored backdrop. You may either have shadows or you won't have shadows. It really depends on the stylistic choices of you or your clients. I prefer to use a lot of harsh shadows, so I use naked bulb strobe, or you can even use like natural lighting outside when the sun is at its highest. I really love the crisp lines of the harsh shadows, or if you want something a little bit more softer, you may want to use a softbox or shoot on a cloudy day if you're shooting something using natural light with light coming indoors. Now, when it comes to product photography, especially e-com product photography, you really want to keep things as simple as possible. The product that we're going to be focused on photographing today are these Izze sparkling water beverages. Now, this is one of my favorite sparkling water brands, not only because of the taste, but I really love the colorful packaging. First off, also, I really want to give some advice to people out there that are just now getting into product photography. If you're just starting off, I do not recommend photographing anything shiny, anything aluminum, silver, metallic-y. Just don't do it. You're going to be working with a lot of reflections. The lighting is going to be working against you, and it's going to be very frustrating. Do not do it. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Like, start off with something easier, maybe something more matte, maybe something plushy. Just stay away from shiny things until you really understand lighting. Got it? Cool. Now, to kickstart this series, we're going to be focusing on photographing separate shots of each beverage, and then I'm going to put them together to get a really nice clean group shot. Now, in this series, I'm going to be showing you solid e-com shots as well as interesting looking group shots. Maybe I'll stack the cans a little bit. Maybe I'll add a little bit more cans inside as well, inside the composition as well. And then we're going to be working a little bit of hand modeling. I'm going to show you a few variations of e-com product photography so that you can have a little bit of creativity and a little bit of spice to your product photography portfolio. Because when it comes to e-com, it is a little bit boring sometimes because you're really just showcasing what the product is. You're showing off the packaging details, what color it is, what size it might be. And so when you really want to spice it up, I like to add in a hand, maybe pouring it so people can see the liquid or whatever is coming out of it. Maybe like a nice swatch if it's like a cream or like a face cream or something like that to show texture. I really like to think of really creative ways to showcase some type of fun when it comes to e-com product photography. Now, I mentioned before that e-com product photography is solely shot on either white or colored backdrop. I really love shooting everything on some type of color because to me, branding wise, it just gives a little bit more punch, a little bit more playfulness, but keeping everything solid white works best if you're looking for a cohesive look for your website. E-com product photography is perfect for your website. Again, it showcases packaging design, all the details, maybe some ingredients, and even also how big the product is. Now, for the lighting for this shoot, I'm going to be focusing on using a key light. I'm going to be doing high at an angle so you'll see some extruded shadows. I'm not going to talk too much more. I'm going to get started. I'll pop the settings up just so you can see what I'm working with. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know below. All right, let's get started. Okay, so as you can see with some of the B-roll that I displayed earlier, whenever you are photographing something shiny in aluminum, you are fighting against all of the reflection. So I had to move these around, move my bounce cards around a lot to really figure out where I should place them so that at least the front of the entire bottle was like evenly lit. Now I do have a few dark spots because I'm getting some reflections off of the ceiling, and to preserve time, I'm just going to Photoshop that later on. But typically when I'm shooting something like this, I spend hours putting bounce cards everywhere, blocking out all of the different surfaces while still leaving space for my light to reach the product. And it can get very tedious, which is why, again, I stress for those of you that are just now jumping into product photography, do not start with something shiny and typically drinks. I've had a few people reach out to me saying that when they jumped into product photography, the first thing they tried to shoot was a beverage, and they immediately got discouraged because it was so difficult to shoot. And so beverages, especially again glass or shiny aluminum cans, can be misleading. Like, they are not simple and easy to photograph. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and swap out this green with a different can, and then I'm going to photograph all four. I really like the composition. I like the angle of the shadow, so I'm going to do my best to basically replace each can in the same position just so that all of the shadows can be pointing in the same direction. Once I have those, I'm going to go ahead and pop them up on screen so that you can see what I captured in camera. And then we're going to move on to the next variation of all of the cans lined up in assorted colors so I can get a really nice clean shot of that group shot. So I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and sped through the arrangement of this line color assortment. Now, you did see me in the beginning have the cans closer together. I decided to separate them a little bit. Number one, so that I can see more of the shadows in between each can, but also because I wanted to avoid as much color bleed as I could. Because these cans are shiny, they're casting their color onto the can right next to them, and it's something that you can't really avoid when you're working with super shiny, metallic-y, colorful products. So again, if you're just starting off, please use something more matte so that you won't run into this issue. Now, this is something that I can't really fix because no matter what, I'm still gonna have like some type of color cast. So I'm gonna have to fix that in Photoshop later on. Now it's great that I went ahead and photoshopped each of these cans by themselves separately, but the downside is I moved my camera. So in order for me to really do a nice clean composite without having to do too much manipulation, I'm gonna have to go back and basically photograph each one of these cans by themselves at the current angle that the camera is in. Now, again, I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be because of the product that I chose to photograph for today's series. So it is what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and quickly do that due diligence off camera so that I can go ahead and move on to the next arrangement, which would be the stacked styled composition. But before I do that, after the stacked styled composition for the Ecom images, I may go ahead and do one of the hand modeling concepts, because one of the concepts that I want to do is basically something as simple as having the cans in a line like this and basically just having my hand coming out, reaching, and just kind of tilting the can as if I'm going to pick it up. So I may go ahead and just shoot that really quickly just so I have it, so I won't have to backtrack, because depending on the height of the stacked can arrangement that I do, I may have to move my camera again. So I may as well go ahead and capture this shot in all the ways that I want before I move it, so that I don't have to double back and forth. And that's something else that you really need to think about when you are figuring out the compositions and also planning out your shot list. I'll talk a little bit more about that, about shot lists in general, later on at the end of this video. But let me go ahead and put on some press-on nails because I'm not liking the way my nails are looking, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am just swinging my laptop around so that I can quickly reach over and tap. Now, because I already have a good shot of this evenly lit, I can just kind of composite the evenly lit cans that I'm going to be reshooting in place of the ones that are there. So again, I can get rid of all of the reflections and hopefully when I get the shot of me basically grabbing this can with my fresh new nails, stay on, there won't be any interference with like reflections coming from the strobe. So again, with the shiny metallic-y products or just materials, you never know what's going to happen until you move it. So as of right now, where I have my light, there are no crazy reflections, but the minute I tilt this can, I may get like a crazy highlight beam right across the front, and that'll be something I'll have to fix. So hopefully I don't come across that, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I can see everything in live view. I'm using Capture One, by the way. I say that in all of my behind the scenes videos, but I realized that I have not said that today yet. So I am using the live view button so I can see where everything is. And I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly place my hand to get a test shot. Okay, she's looking moisturized. She's looking good. And the one thing about photographing and hand modeling at the same time is it takes a lot of practice. I've been doing this for years. It would help if I had a model with me, but typically when these spur of the moment quick photo shoots come into play, I don't have anybody I can call that's ready at the drop of a dime. So it's just me. Now I know I make these photo shoots look easy, especially because I bring you guys throughout my entire process, but believe me when I say there is a ton of planning and organizing that goes on behind the scenes, especially when it comes to developing all of my creative content ideas. Now what keeps me organized and motivated to constantly create projects to share with you guys here on YouTube, in my portfolio, as well as for my clients on a monthly basis is my digital content planner. Whether you're a new photographer looking to grow your portfolio so that you can attract your ideal brand collaborations, or you're a business owner struggling to map out all of your content ideas for your product launches as well as your marketing campaigns, this planner is for you. Now, for my fellow photographers out there, this planner helps you to develop and organize all of your creative ideas as well as to help you plan out all of your photo shoots on a month-to-month basis for an entire year. Now, for my business owners out there, this planner helps you to map out all of your photo shoots, campaigns, as well as your brand content for an entire year, as well as to help you communicate your creative ideas with your photographer or creative agency like mine hired to execute all of your monthly projects. No more last-minute scrambling trying to come up with creative content. Just clear, confident planning that allows you to show up with purpose. Now, this planner definitely makes my life so much easier, which is why I created it, especially when it comes to mapping out all of my photo shoots, as well as helping me to stay organized with all of my content creation ideas. Now, if this sounds like something that you need in order to make your life easier, click the link in the description box below so that you can grab your planner today. Okay, so let me angle my elbow. So I'm trying not to have the shadow of my hand interfere too much with the overall look and feel, but then again, I may not be able to help it. So let's see. You also got to make sure your hands look pretty while you're grabbing the soda can, because no one's grabbing a can like this. No one does this, but it photographs really well. You have to think about having like super light, delicate hands. So I like to do it like a nice wave motion, and when I get to the end, I like to place it on the subject or the prop and then do a quick snapshot, and that relaxes the hand and makes it look a little bit more natural. Let's go for the top. Okay, so let me just go ahead and tilt it. Oh, that's really cute. Let me put my pinky down. There's like a fine balance between having your fingers be a certain distance apart so that you have some kind of space in between each one, just so that your hand doesn't look like all one shape. And so again, look at my hand right now. Like no one grabs a beverage like this, but again, it photographs really well because my fingers look really light and just natural on camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through the rest of this because I'm gonna also probably put my trigger on a timer so that I can tap it, maybe put up a bounce card just to see if I can fix the beam that's coming across right now on screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and once I have the final result, I'll come back and walk you through it, and then we'll move on to the next. Okay, so I figured out the formula for getting a nice tilt with just a really clean, well-lit front and maybe just a little bit of color cast on the side. So because I have so much blue surface up in front of the canisters, instead of just tilting the can sideways, I'm also tilting it forward just so that this clean reflection can bounce off of here when the light hits it back onto the front of the can. And so that's been working out, because before, as you can see right now on the screen, I had like a lot of different streaks and lines and just different reflections, versus when I tilt the can forward and it's mostly covered in like a nice seamless just white cast or light blue cast, if you will. So that's a new trick that I just figured out. So if and when you guys do jump into working with shiny objects, give that a try. You learn something new every day. This is something I'm experimenting with because, again, I don't do a lot of beverage photography, so everything that I'm doing in this entire styling series is something I've always wanted to do, but also something I'm figuring out along the way with the basic knowledge that I've learned just throughout my photography career. Okay, so now that I figured out how to get rid of most of the streaks, I'm basically going in and taking as many shots as I can with just different finger placements, just so I can have a variety in the final gallery when I'm looking through it all, so I can make my final selection. So that I don't eat up too much time, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I've captured in camera so that you can see what it's looking like. Again, this is what it looked like before I started tilting the can forward, and this is what it looks like after. And I'm really liking the final results. Since we've reached the end of our styling series, I'm also going to show you all of the final edits from the first concept that we styled at the beginning of this video all the way to the current one. So here they are now. I am so excited the way these turned out, and I cannot wait to show you guys more of my behind the scenes styling techniques. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate all the love and just the community in general. I'm having a ball here on YouTube, just thinking of new videos to make and then just developing them. It's a lot of work, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Definitely be on the lookout for more videos like this popping up soon. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Also, follow me on all my socials so that you can stay up to date on my day-to-day shenanigans. Seriously, it's a wild place over there in social media, and I add a little bit of craziness to it, just a little bit. But yeah, guys, that's all for this video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.